Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today is actually a Wednesday. I'm in the car at the moment and I'm about to go into my acupuncture appointment this morning. I'm hoping that this is going to help with the back pain slash sciatica that I've been getting. I should probably get going soon, otherwise I'm going to be running late. But yeah, I didn't really know what to wear to this appointment. I'm wearing like, oh, it looks like I'm not even wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts this morning because, I mean, what do you wear to all of these manual therapy appointments? Even though it's like the middle of winter, I am wearing tiny shorts. But anyway, so I am gonna head in and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Back home from acupuncture. Went really well, I guess. Time will tell if it actually helps my back. What she did was actually acupuncture and electroacupuncture, so she like hooks them all up to an electric current. Pretty interesting. See how we feel like in a couple of hours, and tomorrow keep you guys updated. Just had some lunch with Nick because Nick is also at home today, and this afternoon I think I'm actually going to film a main channel video. So I'm thinking about doing one on estrogen dominance. Try and get that filmed today. I just really have to go through my notes, make sure that I've got everything together that like I want to say, and then actually sit down and bang that one out. So that's the plan for the rest of today and this afternoon. Billy, you want to say hello? Oh, we're very snuggly in there. Very snuggly. Hi. Okay, so I have been working on this vlog for the past few hours. Pretty much the whole afternoon. I said vlog, this video. So this is actually going to be on the main channel. So this is just a little video that I filmed all about estrogen dominance and some natural ways to support hormonal balance. I don't know, I'm assuming that most of you guys are following over on Cultivate Beauty and you've come from there to here. But I'd actually be really interested if there's anyone that's like found this channel just organically and isn't aware of Cultivate. If so, if you're one of those people, let me know in the comments below. But yes, I've been working on this little sit down video. Hey guys, good morning and happy Sunday. We are just out on a morning walk. I'm eating my own hair, but we're just out on a morning walk. It is a Sunday morning, as I said, and I think we're gonna go Billy and grab some coffee. How you doing, Nick?
I'm going alright, I think. Just looking at the garden and the zucchinis need to be dealt with.
Yeah, we might end up going to Bunnings today, but we'll see what happens. So the zucchinis have had like, is it like mildew?
Powdery mildew.
Powdery mildew, which has kind of destroyed them, so we might have to replant those, but we'll see what we get up to at the moment. Just taking Billy for her walk and go get coffee. Okay, we're gonna give Billy a bit of off-leash time and hopefully don't lose her. Ready? Go get him! Yeah! Hey, you gotta come. So it is quite a bit later in the day. Had our lunch. We just had like some leftovers and nothing too exciting, so I didn't bother to show you guys. But this afternoon I am on Operation Making Healthy Dog Treats. So I kind of like alluded to this in I think our last vlog, but we bought these super cute silicone molds to make dog treats. I don't know if they're coming up very well on camera, but they're like these cute little dog paw shapes. Maybe I'll pop a link as well below. Not like an affiliate link or anything fancy, but just a little link because I think these are so cute. And they were actually like a little bit difficult to source in Australia. Essentially, it's just these really cute little silicone dog paw molds. So because they're silicone, they're really easy to pop things in and out of and set little treats in. So that's what I'm going to be experimenting with today. I've seen a bunch of really cute dog treat ideas on Instagram and TikTok. So I follow this dude. I think he's based in maybe like Melbourne, somewhere in Australia, but his handle I think is Chefs and Dogs. So you can go and check him out because I feel like he puts so much effort into his content and he has so many good ideas. I've seen him do like a bunch of different little dog treat sort of ideas. Like he's got different probiotic dog treats and kefir based ones. Maybe I'll try out like some of those in in future. But today I am just going to be doing some bone broth gummies. So we know that bone broth, like for humans, is really good for gut health and all of that. Really the same goes for dogs. I have got my slow cooker out, trusty slow cooker, and essentially all I'm going to be doing is making a really basic bone broth. So I'm going to be running this overnight, so I'll probably finish this off tomorrow at some stage. But ingredients wise, all you really need to do this is a bag of bones. So I have these grass-fed bones from our organic butcher. So I'm going to be using about half of this bag, which will be about 1 kilo of beef soup bones. Then I'm also going to be using some apple cider vinegar and some gelatin. So the gelatin I'm not actually going to be using today. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but I will show you guys like the other half of this recipe when the bone broth is done. But for starters, I'm just going to make a really plain broth. You have to be a little bit more careful with dogs because they can't have certain ingredients, like garlic and onions can be quite problematic, and different herbs and things. You could experiment and like do a lot of research and find things that are like okay for your dog. I'm going to be doing a plain beef bone broth with a little bit of salt and apple cider vinegar. I am going to get onto that. I'll show you what I'm doing, and I'll also show you how I finish it off tomorrow. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and make this bone broth. Really simple. We've made bone broth before on this channel, but I'll take you through it again just for funsies. So as I said before, we have these grass-fed soup bones. I'm going to use about half of this big packet. Okay, so now I am just going to cover this completely to the top with some filtered water. I'm just filling it up with like the blender jug. Now that that's fully covered, I'm just gonna add in a good swig of apple cider vinegar. We're kind of running out here anyway, so I'll just use like most of this. And that just helps to leach some of the minerals out of the bones. And last but not least, I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt. Obviously dogs don't really need salt, but this is not gonna be entirely for making treats. The rest is gonna be for us to have, like for cooking and soups and stews and things like that. So I'm gonna add in just a little bit of salt. That is pretty much it. I'm just going to plug this in and turn it on for the next 12 to 24 hours, and I'll be with you guys then to finish off this little recipe. Okay, so it is the next day and the bone broth has been going for like, I'm gonna say about like 18 hours. So I'm gonna take it off and put together these dog treats. And the process of even like getting the bone broth ready is a little bit like, there's a lot of steps, so I'll just kind of quickly go through it and like the equipment that you need, even though I'm sure we've like kind of been through this before, but just in case you guys want to know, I'll show you the whole process. So as you can see, our broth is looking pretty good. It has lost quite a bit of liquid just because it's been going for so long, but that will be really nice and concentrated and gelatinous. And then in terms of equipment, so sorry for the mess of the drying up stuff. I'll move us over a little bit. In terms of equipment just for decanting this broth, really helps to have a big jar, so I'm just going to be storing all of our broth in here. I have this little funnel which makes it a lot easier to pour. I've got these tongs because I'm going to be removing the bones. So that's where I'm going to get started. Oh, and I've also got a colander just for sieving out like all of the bones and all of the yucky bits that you don't want in your broth. Tilt this down. First things first, I am just going to use the tongs and take out all of these large bones and just toss them straight into the bin because we don't want them. Helps if your bin is like right here. Now that most of the larger bones have been kind of pulled out, I'm going to go and pass this through our colander just to remove any more chunky bits and like bits that we obviously don't want. So let's move over to the sink and pray and try not to make a giant mess. This process can inevitably get a little bit messy. So I've got our colander and I'm just going to put a bowl underneath that. We used to have a big metal one, but I don't know where that's gone, so I'm just going to use this one. As you can see, there's still like a lot of yucky crap on the top of that. Now we actually have our bowl of broth. Next step, so I've got a giant mason jar with like this steel funnel, which I'm pretty sure we just bought at IKEA. I am going to kind of decant this out into our jars just to try and minimize the mess. I'm also going to like dip this in and go straight in because it's just all too full. So we have our liquid gold homemade beef bone broth, and I've actually just scooped off a bit of the fat off of the top. You don't have to do that step, but I just sometimes don't want all of that fat on my broth. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make these bone broth gummy dog treats. So to make the rest of these gummies, you're going to need some sort of silicone, like ice cube tray. It has to be silicone so that you can pop them out easily after they're cooled down. And then otherwise, all you're gonna need is some gelatin. So I am using this one by Great Lakes. This is the brand that I always use for like collagen peptides and gelatin. Really great because it comes from grass-fed cows. So I'm going to be using 3 tablespoons of our gelatin. I'm going to be using 1 cup of our homemade bone broth and about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of cold water. I'm going to transfer this into a separate cup because I need to measure out some cold water. Okay, so for starters, I'm just going to bloom our gelatin. So I have a little over 1/4 cup of like room temperature semi-cold water. So I'm going to add our 3 tablespoons of gelatin into our water and let that sit for about 5 minutes. And that just allows the gelatin to become like nice and gluggy so that it's going to thicken these gummies so that they're not gonna fall apart and be like all watery. Put that in there and give it a good little mix. Gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes. So it's been about 5 minutes. I actually ended up adding a touch more water to our gelatin, and now I am going to go ahead and add in our hot bone broth. So if you were doing this and your bone broth was cold, you could do this all like in a little saucepan over the stove, just because we want to heat it up. But my bone broth is pretty much like piping hot straight out of the slow cooker. So I'm just gonna add this straight in and give it a really good mix. So we have 1 cup of bone broth. Okay, so I've just given that a really good stir for the past couple of minutes, just to really make sure that all of that gelatin has broken down so that there's no lumps. So it's like a really smooth consistency at the moment. Actually, there's a tiny little lump in there that I might have to get out. If you do notice that there's like a few little lumps forming, you can just put it on the stove top and just heat it up a little bit more to get those ones to break down. But I am gonna go ahead and transfer this now into our cute little molds and then pop them in the fridge. So hopefully I can just pour this straight in without making a mess. So that's super easy. So they are all full, and because I still have so much left, I'm actually gonna fill up these silicone little trays. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pop these all into the fridge and let them set for a couple of hours, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, it has been yet another couple of hours, and I think our gummies are all ready. I think they've turned out pretty well. Obviously, like, you've gotten the gelatin amount correct. They're nice and firm and they're not gonna fall out everywhere. So as you can see, they are looking nice and firm. So I'm just gonna pop this out. It's so cool. Oh my god, it's so cute. I don't know if this is gonna come up on camera very well. Oh my gosh, they came out so cute. I'm just gonna pop all of these out and pop them in this little jar. They pop out super duper easy. But more importantly, we have the taste test. Billy, you're being a little menace over here. Do you want a gummy? Do you want a gummy? Okay, can we do, what? We do a rollover? Rollover? Oh, good girl, that'll do. So it is now a lot later. I have actually just showered, so my face is looking a little bit red because I literally just got out of the shower. And we are making dinner. So for dinner tonight, we are keeping it pretty simple. So we're actually like reheating dinner from last night. So we did like a whole roast chicken with roast veggies last night. So then it makes tonight super easy because you can pretty much just pop everything into the oven and you're good to go. And I'll show you what we've got. So we just have this big container with like chicken and some leftover roast veg that we'll just throw into a tray. And then Nick has just chopped up some more purple cauliflower. We've been like in a really good rhythm now with the market. They've got all of the good veggies. Okay, so we have our dinner. So we have our roast chicken and then a mix of a bunch of different veggies. So we've got, oh my gosh, we've got beetroot, cauliflower, purple sweet potato, kohlrabi. Is that all of them?
And
some Brussels sprouts in there as well. So this is like a mega mix. Oh, that's our dinner tonight. Okay guys, so I am going to sign off the vlog here. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.